Welcome to the weekly Mindful Moment by Hands to Heart Center. My name is Jessi and I'm a volunteer with Hands to Heart Center. And Hands to Heart Center is known as Yoga for the People. It's a nonprofit service organization in the Boston area that really aims to bring the healing benefits of yoga and mindfulness practices to everyone, making access available to people who are experiencing vulnerabilities such as trauma, addiction, homelessness, or other losses. And right now, Hands to Heart Center is super active online. So the YouTube page where you're watching this video is a place where you can stay up to date on what Hands to Heart Center is offering: yoga classes, mindfulness moments, and more. So feel free to visit the YouTube page often and also share widely with anyone you think who would benefit and enjoy these practices. So today's mindful moment, we will spend some time in reflection, thinking specifically about the time of year that we're in. It's late December, and in the Northeast, the days are short and the nights are long, and the winter solstice just passed, which means we're in some of the shortest, darkest days of the year. And while now we're slowly inching back minute by minute for the next 6 months to build up an accumulation of light, right now is a really interesting time for reflection because there's so much darkness in the atmosphere, and the quality of light is particularly muted even when the sun is out. And so I thought today we'd spend a little bit of time just in reflection around what's going on in the season and then how that impacts us. And so as a way of getting grounded, I invite you to find a posture that you can remain feeling alert and at ease for the next few minutes. And it might be fun if you usually sit to try standing or lying down. And if you usually stand, try sitting. If you usually lie down, try standing. If it's available to you, it can be really interesting to just change up the posture a bit. And so whatever you're trying out, you want to prioritize keeping your spine straight and long. The spine supports you, so then the rest of the body can be really soft, and the spine, the rest of us just hangs off of it. And so find a position that you can sustain for the next few moments. And if you're feeling adventurous, trying something a little bit new. And as you come into this posture, notice what is alive for you. What's going on for you right now? That might be the quality of your thoughts. Could be sensations in the body, feelings or emotions, your energy level. Just take a bit of a scan through your experience as a whole and just notice what's there for you, what feels real and alive for you right now. And take a deep breath in through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. Do that one more time. And let's take a moment to feel the hands. So regardless of which posture you're in, see if you can place your hands on your body in some way so the palms are face down. So that could be on the belly, chest, thighs, or some other area, but you want to see if the palms can face down. And notice as you place the palms down, how does that feel? Has the temperature changed? What is the quality of the surface you're now touching? Be that your body, skin, fabric. How many sensations can you identify in the hands, in the palms, fingers? And without moving your hands, notice the other side, the back side, the non-palm side. And how does that area feel? Perhaps noticing the temperature of the air. Maybe you can notice the moisture or dryness on the skin. I'm thinking about your hands as a whole, palm side and back side. What is it that you can observe? And now you'll reposition the hands so that the palms are facing up. So they can be in the same location or a different location. You may even choose to hold them out in front of you, like you can see me doing now. And now that you've rotated the hands, what sensations can you feel in the palms and fingers here? Most likely there's been somewhat of a change, having had the palms touching another surface and now they're exposed. So notice what those differences are. And how about the back side of the hand? And the hands as a whole. And then you can take your hands and place them down in any fashion that is comfortable for you, where they're at rest. So the idea with your hands now is you don't have to maintain a certain position with them, that they can just be easy and at rest. And if you'd like to close the eyes, feel free to do so. If there's anything else you can do to make yourself even more comfortable, even more relaxed and at ease, feel free. And over the past week or so, I've come across several passages and poems that have to do with the idea of lightness and darkness. And I thought that I would share them with you today. And so I'll read a passage and then allow some time for it just to sink in and, you to absorb and have any reflections. And then we'll just go through a series of passages like that. And they all relate to what's happening in nature right now, the idea of the contrast between light and dark with a larger amount of darkness in our space. And given that we are right around the solstice is, it actually means that the sun stops for a moment before it switches. So the days have been getting shorter, and on the solstice, the days start getting longer. But right before the sun reorients, it has a moment where it just literally pauses and doesn't move. And this is interesting because when something is still, we think there could be calmness, peacefulness, and there definitely is, but also in stillness, there's this opportunity to see what is around and see what is moving. And so here are a series of passages about the season and the solstice. To start with, John Updike says, "The days are short, the sun a spark, hung thin between the dark and dark." Wendell Berry writes, "To go into the dark with the light is to know the light. To know the dark, go into the dark. Go without sight, and find that the dark too blooms and sings, and is traveled by dark feet and dark wings." The next passage is called Under Ideal Conditions. Say in the flattest part of North Dakota, on a starless, moonless night, no breath of wind, a man could light a candle, then walk away. Every now and then he could turn and see the candle burning. 17 miles later, provided the conditions remained ideal, he could still see the flame. Somewhere between the 17th and 18th mile, he would lose the light. If he were walking backwards, he would know the exact moment when he lost the flame. He could step forward and find it again, back and forth, dark to light, light to dark. What's the place where the light disappears, where the light reappears? Don't tell me about photons and eyeballs, reflection and refraction. Don't tell me about 186,000 miles per second and the theory of relativity. All I know is that place where the light appears and disappears. That's the place where we live. And one more passage by Rumi. Some nights stay up until dawn, as the moon sometimes does for the sun. Be a full bucket pulled up the dark way of a well, then lifted out into the light. And as you sit for a few moments in reflection, see what it might feel like to think about having the stillness that darkness symbolizes, as well as having the warmth that light might symbolize. Stillness and warmth surrounding you. Take a deep breath in through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. And one more just like that. And as you feel complete, opening the eyes if they've been closed, let the light back in. And I wish you well during these dark December days. I wish you lots of peace and wellness.